All the assets and project files of this video are available in my Patreon. Check out the link in the description. First, create a text layer and type out a long dashed vertical line. If you don't know how to get this vertical line, you can just copy it from Emoji website, and then you just have to paste it here in the text layer and make a lot of them. Below that, add a solid line. You can either use a color overlay to draw it, or just type a bunch of underscores to fake a full line using a text layer as well. Right in the middle of that line, place a small red triangle that we are going to use as the pointer. And if you want to set the distance of all of these lines, you can just play with the character here. Then, give the dashed line a little animation from left to right, or vice versa using keyframes. Set your keyframes to start at 1.5 seconds and end at 3 seconds. Slide the dash line to the left. And you can ease the keyframe to smooth out the motion. So it's gonna look like this. Next is the rolling numbers for the year. First, add a simple L-shaped guide as a reference for where your text will go. Now, add another text layer and type the first 3 digits of the year, like 194, and make sure to center it in the frame using this font style. And here I'm going to use yellow for the color. After that, type one more number by duplicating the text layer. And for example, I want the timeline moved from 1941 to 1945. So we just need to animate the last number to complete the year. To animate it, first, type the number in vertically order. Then, align the first number with the rest. Then add keyframe with the same timing as the dash line. Then align the last number at the end keyframe. Select these 2 text layers, compound the text, and add a rectangle mask, so only the visible part shows through. And adjust the feather. So, it's gonna look like this. Then position it right on your frame where the year should appear. Moving on to the background. Here I'm going to import a war newspaper as the background. Invert the colors if needed to match the mood you're going for. Then, drop the opacity down to around 17% so it stays subtle. Animate the background so it follows the same movement as your dashed timeline, using the same keyframe timing. Slide the newspaper to the left for the end position. And don't forget to ease the keyframe. So it's gonna look like this. Select all of these layers and compound them. Now, we move to process the photos. Start by bringing in the first image here. I'm gonna put a picture of Pearl Harbor attack. Apply a rectangle mask to it. And round the edges a little to give it a nice, soft frame. Add a label showing the month. Use the same font type for the label to keep the style consistent. And another small red triangle next to it as another marker. Now select these 3 layers and compound them. Duplicate to make another image timeline. Double-click on the compound clip to edit the content of it. Then, line up the rest of the images in order, all the way through to the Nagasaki photo. And also here, I'm going to add a couple of additional images for the sake of aesthetic, and it's not too important for the topic. I'm going to blur them slightly and group them into their own compound layers, only for the additional image. Now, we just need to animate their movement using keyframes, just like the rest of the assets. I'm going to start it at 1.20 seconds and ending at 3 seconds. But first, we have to select all the photograph layer and then upscale them. Now, let's add keyframes on each photograph layer at 1.20 second duration for the starting. Now move the playhead to 3 second duration. Select all the photograph layers and then slide them to the lead until the Nagasaki marker is right in the center of the frame. And now, you just need to ease all the keyframe on each layers. So, it's going to look like this. Then comes the zoom effect. Move your playhead to the very start of the project, and make sure that all the layers here has the same keyframe timing, especially for the background layer. Now, start scaling up everything on the first keyframe, starting from the background. And for the photographs, we can upscale them in the same time by selecting them. And most importantly, you have to scale the image of the Pearl Harbor attack until it fills the whole screen. So, it's gonna look like this. Now move the playhead to this keyframe and add another keyframe on transform. Then jump to 4 seconds and repeat the zoom. Make sure to add another keyframe with the same timing for the background layer. After that, you can start zooming all the assets again, but this time make it go all the way in until the Nagasaki image fills the entire frame. So, it's gonna look like this. Finally, to wrap things up, add an adjustment layer on top of everything and apply a vignette effect to darken the edges and draw attention to the center. That gives the whole project a nice cinematic, and that's how you make parallax timeline in CapCut. Thank you guys for watching.